Hello, everybody. Oh, that was loud. Hello, everybody. Hello, I'm Catherine from Scholastic, and I'm so pleased to be welcoming you all to the Lollies Book Awards. We are absolutely delighted to be here in Park Primary School. Thank you to Mrs. Tafali and all the team here for making us so welcome, and thank you to you for your wonderful welcome in the playground. We loved seeing all your banners. We are incredibly excited to be live streaming the awards to thousands of children in schools who voted for all the great books. And yes, everybody on stage today will be a YouTube star, just like the amazing Michael Rosen, who might well be here too. We have children at Park Primary watching live from their classrooms. So could everyone give them a wave? There's some cameras. Give them a wave. Hello. And we have children who are watching from schools all across the country. So can we give them a wave? Yay! Thank you. Thank you to fellow Lollies voters. So if you're watching online, please can you get your teacher to send us a comment, and then one lucky school will be picked and they will win an amazing £100 worth of books for their school library. So get your teachers commenting. I can't tell you how brilliant it has been that you've all been discovering and reading all the amazing Lollies books. Many of the authors and illustrators who made those books are sitting in this room now. How exciting is that? We have had tens of thousands of votes, and we've really, really loved seeing what everybody's been doing on their school websites and on their social media pages. Thank you to your teachers who, as we all know, are complete superheroes and who get you reading, get you learning, and do all sorts of work to get you excited about books, and particularly through our school book clubs and book fairs. So thank you to all your amazing teachers. Thank you too to our Lollies sponsors, Happy Monkey Smoothies and Pop Jam. They have really helped us make the Lollies possible, and they obviously enjoyed it so much last year. They've come back for more. But that's enough for me. Park Primary, are you ready to laugh out loud? I'm not sure everybody in all those other schools that are watching heard you. I'll try again. I'm going to ask it one more time. Park Primary, are you ready? I think you are incredibly ready. So that is enough boring stuff from me. We are going to meet now our ice cool host of the Lollies. She's on the telly, she runs the CBBC Book Club, but most importantly, she's a Lollies judge. Please can you give a big welcome to the amazing Katie Thistleton.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Can we hear me? Can we hear me all right? Yeah, good. Can everyone hear me? Brilliant. I feel like I've got to be funny now because you just asked everybody if they want to laugh out loud. And I don't know if I know any good jokes. I bet you guys know some good jokes, don't you? You can tell me your jokes later. First of all, I just want to second what Catherine just said about the greeting in the playground. That was amazing. I felt like I was Kate Middleton or something, just sort of walking through, doing a royal wave, and you'd all made amazing posters for us, and some of Michael's poetry was on the posters. I mean, you really made an effort, so thank you. I go into lots of schools, as you can imagine, with CBBC, and I have never had a welcome like that from a school ever. So you were just so brilliant, and you have made us all very, very happy today. So thank you so much for that. Now, I'm here today because, as you've just heard, I'm a CBBC presenter. So I do the bits in between the shows with Hacker the Dog on CBBC. I'll be on there tomorrow afternoon, actually. So when you get home from school tomorrow, watch and I'll give you a wave. In fact, some of you have already given me nice pictures, which I'm going to try and show tomorrow if they let me. And I also do the CBBC Book Club because I love books so much, and I've always loved children's books. And that's every Sunday as well. So make sure you watch that. And lots of the authors that we've got here today and illustrators have been featured on our book club because we love it. And we love to hear from you what you like reading. And I love books that make me laugh, especially because who doesn't want to laugh? We all love to laugh, don't we? We all will love to laugh. It's the best medicine. It's what makes everybody so happy. So today is all about those books. Now, I'm sorry, because you must be really gutted that you're missing your lessons right now. Are you gutted about that? Are you quite sad? I can tell you're really sad about it, but if you could just try and sort of, keep your chin up and keep happy about it. And we'll all pretend that we wouldn't rather be in maths, because I know you would rather be doing maths right now. But sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Now, I'm just going to say that all of our wonderful people who are going to be giving out the awards and all of our wonderful winners, you're going to come up on this side of the stage so that we don't clash in the middle. I'll go down that way. So that's the bit of housekeeping for you. And also keep your speeches short, won't you? Because we don't have that Oscar-style music. Do we have any of that music we can sort of start playing through? There might be some music. We will start playing really loud music to sort of shoo you off the stage. And I'm looking at you, Michael. He's aghast, isn't he? He's aghast. You have got to keep speeches short, okay? Because we can't be here all day. These guys have got PE to get to and stuff. Oh, there it is. Oh, don't play it for me. Don't play it for me. I'm supposed to be up here. Okay, so that is what we're going to do. But let's get going, shall we? Now, I was lucky enough to be a judge on the awards this year, along with Michael Rosen. Everyone shoot your heads round again to look at him. And I was very excited to be asked back. And we were also joined this year by Kate Newport from the publisher Scholastic, Joe Cuns, and somebody I think you guys know very well, Mr. Walker. Where is he? Where's Mr. Walker? There he is. Cheer for Mr. Walker, everyone. Woo! Hey! See, all the children here know Mr. Walker very well, but, you know, in your schools, you won't really know him. But just imagine that teacher that's a bit of a ledge at your school. That's Mr. Walker, isn't it? Is he a bit of a ledge, Mr. Walker? We like Mr. Walker, don't we? He's good. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what we had to do as judges, okay? So basically, what we do is we get this huge box of books arrive at our house. Isn't that cool? It's like having a library at your house, and someone sends you all these books for free, and you get to read them. And we read them all. It's my nephew's favourite time of year as well, because he gets to read them after me. And then we have to try and pick 12 books that make up the shortlist. And there are 3 categories. So there's Best Laugh Out Loud Picture Book. So that's the one with lots of pictures in it. Best Laugh Out Loud book for 6 to 8-year-olds. Who here is 6 or 7 or 8? Give us a cheer if you are. Way! The Best Laugh Out Loud book for 9 to 13-year-olds. Is anybody here 9, 10, 11, 12 or 13? Great! We've got a great selection of all the ages. And you guys have actually been involved reading all these books, haven't you? And then you have to do the really hard job, because you have to pick the winner. Our job was easy, really. So now we're going to invite my fellow judges up to the stage to find out a little bit more about them. Please give a big round of applause to Michael Rosen, Joe Cummins, Kate Newport, and Mr. Walker. Okay. I have got some quick fire questions for our judges, okay? And the reason that I've got these questions is, you've got to go quick like that, is to find out a little bit more about the judging process. So as fast as possible, Michael, because if you dawdle, I'll move on. I will move on. Okay. Michael, why are you the head judge?
I'm the youngest.
Do you enjoy being in charge?
Who doesn't?
Why did they lock us in a room to judge?
So they didn't hear us fighting each other.
Can you draw worms?
Of course.
Have you ever seen a bunny with a chocolate factory or squirrel squabbling?
I've got one at home.
When you shout oi at your cat, does he answer?
No.
Very good, Michael Rosen, everyone. Okay, moving on. Okay, Joe, are we ready? Did you have to fight Michael to get your books picked?
Didn't have to.
Who would have won if you had?
Me, obviously.
Do you personally know any big fat bonkers pigs with pudding problems?
A lot of them.
If there was a werewolf in your tent, what would you do?
Cuddle up to it for warmth.
Oh, that's nice. Not scream, not scream.
No.
Okay, moving on to you now, Kate. What kind of books do you like?
Funny books,
Did you read all of the books?
of course.
Does that make you a Barry loser?
Readers are never losers.
Do you like your adventures epic or entirely unplanned?
Both.
Oh, very good. Big round of applause. Okay, over to you now, Johnny. Mr. Walker. This is a hard question, this first one. Is judging better than teaching?
Nothing's better than teaching.
Which of the other judges were you most frightened of?
Michael Rosen.
Have you ever been to football school?
I did. I played left back. I was left back in the changing rooms.
Woo! Oh, sir, that's sad. Does your mum ever grow down?
I beg your pardon.
Are you happy with the shortlist?
Yes, very happy.
What are you doing now?
Just judging and being here.
Brilliant. Well, there you go. Congratulations. Round of applause to everyone. You may take your seats. You may take your seats. So there you go. Those are our amazing judges. So we were all on the panel together. There wasn't any fighting. There wasn't any shouting or squabbling like the squirrels. There was none of that. Okay, so it's almost time to announce the winner of our first award. Can I get an ooh? And in the classrooms watching, ooh. Very good. I can almost hear you. But first, we are going to welcome to the stage some very, very special performers who are going to do a little bit of a performance all about our shortlisted book. So please put your hands together for the Lollies live stage performers.
Hello!
Is there anyone out there?
That wasn't very loud.
No, not at all.
Hello!
That's better.
We are here to whiz you through the books that have been nominated for awards this year to try and show you exactly why they were nominated. And we'd just like to let all you lovely authors and illustrators know we might take a bit of poetic license with your books, but it's all in the name of laughing out loud.
Whoa! Whoa. How are we going to showcase all of the books? What do you mean? I mean, these books are fantastic. How are we going to show this lot how good they are?
Good question, Natalie. We are going to use the amazing, secret, and mysterious skill of acting.
What?
Acting.
Oh.
Maybe you've heard of it.
Yeah, of course I have. Isn't that what they do in EastEnders?
Sort of.
All right, then. Let's give it a go. What's the first book?
I can only draw worms.
Oh, really? I can only draw bums.
No. I Can Only Draw Worms is the name of the first book.
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, here's worm 1 and here's worm 2.
Here's worm 3 and here's worm 4.
Here's worm 5 and here's worm 6.
No. Here is worm 7. Oh, worm 7's not very well. Oh, can you tell?
No.
Look closer.
Oh, gross. He doesn't look ill.
Ah, that's the beauty of worms. A sick worm looks just like a healthy worm. Makes them a lot easier to draw.
Exactly. This book shows us just how good the author is at drawing. But the one problem is he can only draw worms.
Yes, he can only draw worms.
Oh, brilliant. What a good book. Right. What's the next one?
Mr. Bunny's Chocolate Factory.
Yeah. Well, this one should be easy. There's only one thing I love more than bunnies, and that's chocolate.
This book teaches us an important lesson. Natalie, sit down.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Bunny runs a chocolate factory, and his staff are all a fabulous flock of chickens. Yes, good. Very good, yes. Yes, all right, thank you, yes. Natalie, stand up.
Oh, yes.
At the start of the book, Mr. Bunny is a bit of a demanding boss. The poor old chickens have to eat chocolate and lay chocolate eggs all day. Natalie, turn around.
Oh, sorry.
But the chickens, they don't want to just lay eggs. They want more from their jobs. Natalie, turn around.
Why do I keep having to do this?
Shush, don't worry about it. Hey, do some star jumps. Go on.
Right.
Luckily for Mr. Bunny, a unicorn shows him how important it is to not be a bad egg and to listen to the chickens. Yes, thank you.
A unicorn? That's just silly. Everyone knows unicorns don't exist.
What?
Just kidding.
Right.
Obviously.
Well, the unicorn shows Mr. Bunny that he's being selfish and he needs to listen to what other people want too.
That is important.
Natalie, make me a cup of tea.
But I don't want to. Ash, you need to be more like Mr. Bunny. You have to understand, I don't just want to do things that you asked me to do.
Yes, well done, Natalie. You see, this book is already helping you learn.
I'm a genius.
Would you stop that?
The next book is Oi, Cat!
Well, that's just rude.
Mr. Frog has changed the rules.
That's right. I have changed the rules. Dogs used to sit on frogs, but now they sit on logs because we frogs do not like being sat on.
And cats used to sit on mats, but now they sit on gnats.
Oh, if only you were a pony, then you could sit on some macaroni. Or if you were a chick, you could sit on a brick.
Quack, quack. Or if you were a mole, you could sit on a bowl.
Or if you were a duck, you could sit on a truck.
Quack, quack. or if you were a leech, you could sit on a peach.
Well, I'm not any of those things. I'm a cat, and I have to sit on gnats, and they keep biting my bottom.
Oh, well, there's plenty of other places you could sit. For example, if you were a whale, you could sit on a
car.
Oh, no, think about it. If you were a fox, you could sit on a
Orange.
Oh. Natalie, right, she's not getting it, is she? So you are an animal, and the thing that you sit on has to rhyme with that animal.
That's very easy.
Oh, Also, this book helps you learn about words that rhyme.
Exactly. So the cat used to sit on the mat, but now it sits on gnats. But you want the cat to sit on the fish.
Oh, Natalie.
What are you doing now?
I think I've got ants in my pants.
Ah, those aren't ants. They're gnats.
Well, whatever they were, it stings or... Oh, no, wait a minute. I just needed to fart.
Ah!
Natalie, gross.
Sorry.
The final book is The Squirrels Who Squabbled. It's all about a squirrel called Spontaneous Cyril.
What does spontaneous mean?
There! Spontaneous means doing something that isn't planned.
Why do you just say that then? I'm Spontaneous Cyril, and the last pine cone in the forest is mine. I need it because I forgot to plan for winter, and that means I've got no food. And food is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah!
Exactly.
I'm plan ahead, Bruce, and that pine cone is mine. I planned ahead and saved loads of food for the winter. But the only problem is I need one last thing. That pine cone.
Too late. It's mine.
No, it's not. It's mine.
No, it's not. It's mine.
It's mine.
Cyril and Bruce fought over the pine cone. They get so distracted by their fighting that they get almost eaten by a bear, and then an eagle, and then they fall down a waterfall. Yeah. Eventually, though, they realize that the best thing to do is to share. And the best thing to share is a laugh with friends. See what I mean? The end.
Oh, how brilliant was that? Weren't they just amazing? I think they deserve another big round of applause. Our Lollies performers. They were so funny. You'll be very pleased to know that we're going to be hearing from them a little bit more throughout the show as well. We're going to be getting some more fantastic performances from them. You guys are so lucky today, aren't you? This is a great day. I don't know if you know, and you guys in your classrooms as well, that not only have we got some amazing performers here, but we have got children's book royalty in this room. We have got authors and illustrators who are considered the cream of the crop in children's books, okay? So this is very exciting. Not many children get to have this happening in their schools, but lots of them can watch it, which is really great. Okay, I think it's time for the first award. Do you? Yeah. I think it's time we put some of these authors and illustrators out of their misery because they want to know if they've won or not, or if they've wasted their time coming here today, okay? So let's find out, shall we? The first award is going to be for the Laugh Out Loud Awards Best Picture Book. Did everybody have a look at the picture books? Did you read them? Did you look at the pictures? They were brilliant. They were so brilliant. Well, just pretend you did. Just pretend you did, yeah? So to announce the winner of this award, please welcome Alison Green, publisher of Alison Green Books.
Hello, thank you. This is very exciting. I love a funny picture book. Does anybody here like a funny picture book? Yeah. A few of you do. And the fantastic thing about a funny picture book is you get double the jokes for your money because you get to laugh along with the words and then you get to go back and find all those other jokes in all of the pictures. And my favorite bit is when you find all those sneaky little characters that no one else has noticed. Like if there's some little fella lurking in a corner of the page who's secretly eaten all the cake. That's all my favorite ones. Now we have got 4 fantastic books on this shortlist. And I think all people who draw and write picture books are just brilliant. So shall we find out who the winner is? So on this amazing shortlist, we have Oi Cat, written by Kes Gray and illustrated by Jim Field. We have Mr. Bunny's Chocolate Factory, written and illustrated by Ellie Dolan. I Can Only Draw Worms, written and illustrated by Will Mabbitt. And The Squirrels Who Squabbled, written by Rachel Bright and illustrated by Jim Field. And I've got the answer to that winner in here. I wish they could all win, but there can only be one. Let's open this envelope. Who do you think it is? You all got your favourites? And the winner is, of the best Laugh Out Loud picture book for 2018, it's Mr. Bunny's Chocolate Factory by Ellie Dolan. Well, huge round of applause. Ellie, would you like to come up and collect your award? You don't have to say something, but would you like to say something?
Oh, well, I think I should probably say some thank yous. Oh, if I'd have had any idea I was going to win, I would have written you some really funny jokes. But I'm afraid I haven't, so this is going to be very serious. So I think I've got to say some thank yous, and I need to start first off with the people who helped me make this book, because even though I write the words, I do the drawing, I need a lot of help with all of this. So I want to thank my marvellous editor, Peter Marley, who's in the back over there, who helped me with the spelling. Very important. And I want to thank my agent, Francis, who makes sure that I'm in the right place at the right time and I know who I am, what's going on, and what my lunch is, all of the important things. So thank you very much, Francis. And I think I should probably thank Chris, the guy with the beard in the back. He's my husband. He's all right. And then, of course, I need to thank all of the judges for making sure I was on this shortlist. Thank you so much. And most importantly, I want to thank all of the children who voted for Mr. Bunny's Chocolate Factory. You were all good eggs. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And big thank you also to all of the nominees who are all fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alison. Congratulations. A very, very worthy winner. All of those books were so, so brilliant. Like I say, we have the easy job because we just have to pick 4 in each category that are really, really good and then leave it to you guys. But we all absolutely loved that book so much. So we're very, very pleased. And great that your husband's here because it's Valentine's Day. Woo! So husbands should be here, shouldn't they? It's Valentine's Day. Did anyone get any cards? No, me neither. Don't worry. I did neither. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, isn't it? We're not bothered. And also, can I just say that Alison was really worried because we thought this had been done like for Michael's height, like it basically had been done for Michael Rosenheim. The rest of us were going to be, but it's okay. We've lowered it down. Okay, speaking of Michael Rosen, we've got a very special treat for you now because not only is he here in his capacity as head judge, but we've also managed to talk him into a very special Lollies performance. I can't imagine it says that here, but I can't imagine we really had to talk you into it. He loves it. He loves performing. So performing Don't Breathe in Class and The Lone Ranger, please put your hands together for the wonderful Michael Rosen.
Hello. Hello. Before I start, would anyone like to buy a toothache? Lovely, because I've got one here. So if you see me afterwards, if you'd really like a toothache, I'd be able to give you one, okay? So that's just it. So look, boys and girls, you may not know, but I was born in the Stone Age. And in the Stone Age, all we had was stones and rocks and stuff. You know, at home, you just sat on a rock, didn't have chairs or anything. Mum, really hurts. The bum hurts, it's terrible. And she'd say, shush, it's not the chair age yet. How did she know? I don't know. And then we didn't have a telly. What? We didn't have a telly? How did we live? We just had a rock in the corner of the room. We just used to watch the rock like this. What are you doing? Watching the rock. What's on the rock? Mum used to do this terrible joke. She'd go out, get another rock, put it on top of the rock and say, the rock's on the rock. It's not funny, Mum. It's terrible. Anyway, so there was no telly or anything like that. You went to school, all right? Miss used to say, take out your rock. You had to write on a rock. We didn't have words like that. So that's the way it was in the Stone Age. And then something amazing happened. The Stone Age came to an end. Some of you may have seen, you've got a frieze on your wall where it says Stone Age, and then it says the next age, the plastic age or whatever it is, I always forget. And there's a line. Well, that's how it was, boys and girls. We were walking around in the Stone Age in our bikinis, and then suddenly this line came down. What's that? what's that? I said to my mate, I said, what's that? And he said, oh, that's the end of the Stone Age, Mick. Is it? What do we do now? He said, you go through that into the next age. And that's what we did. And we were in the next age. And at home, this meant that they took out the rock that was the telly, right? And then they brought in a real telly. Two guys came in. It was huge. All right. Yeah, careful how you put it down, Jack. No, I don't mind your fingers. It was this big, guys. It was this big. Can you draw that? It was this big. It was as big as a wardrobe. But the screen was only that big. It was about as big as a sandwich. It was that big. And boys and girls, it wasn't in color. It was in... No, they hadn't invented black and white. It was in grey and grey. And you couldn't really see anything on it. It just came in smudges like this. Can you do that? I'll tell you what, draw the telly like that. And then you got the smudges on there like that. And my favourite program on there was called The Lone Ranger. Can you say that? The Lone Ranger. And it began like this. Can you do that? 1, 2, 3. And then a light grey smudge went across the screen. Can you do this? And that was the Lone Ranger's horse. And you heard a voice say, with a mighty cry of, hey-ho, Silver! Can you do that? With a mighty cry of, hey-ho, Silver! And the Lone Ranger, he had a mask. Can you do this? There's the Lone Ranger's mask. And he did all sorts of good deeds. Can you do good deeds? Do good deeds. And then at the end, he went off. And there was somebody there who stood there and said, who was that man? And the other person said, go do that bit. That was the Lone Ranger. And then the music came again. Good. So we know how it goes. Start bringing in this telly. Bring it in. Careful when you put it down. Draw the telly. Draw the screen. Do the grey smudges. Okay, do the music. Light grey smudge. And say with me, with a mighty cry of, hi-ho, Silver. Get your mask on. Do the good deeds. Go off. 2 people left. Somebody says, 1, 2, 3. Who was that man? And the other person says, go do the look. That was the Lone Ranger. More music. Wonderful. Clap yourselves. You were so good at the Lone Ranger. And then at the end of the Stone Age, they gave us desks with lids. Special desks with lids. But we had a teacher who was so strict. You weren't allowed to breathe in her lessons. She used to stand out the front and say, no breathing. And you came in the morning, had to get all the way through till morning play, like this. The weak ones just used to keel over. You'd hear them going down at the back of the class. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. And there was always a whiny kid going, Miss, could I go and do some breathing? And she'd say, no, you've got all playtime to do it in. And the kid would go, oh, go on, Miss, oh, go on. No. Do you know, at the beginning of the week, there were 48 kids in my class. At the end of the week, there was only 5 of us left. You'll be stepping over kids just to get out the room. Oh, no. There's Melanie. That's a shame. She's really nice. Used to like me. There's Dave. Hard luck, Dave. Always knew you were a bit weak, Dave. That wasn't very nice of me, was it? People say to me, that can't be true. That can't be true. Exactly. It can't be true. Never a truer word spoken. It can't be true, because if it was true, you wouldn't be alive today to tell the story. But I say, yes, but we had desks with lids, and some of us figured it out. You could snatch a quick breath under the desk lid, and Miss didn't know anything at all about it. Once more, from the beginning, Miss says, no breathing. The weak ones. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. The whiny kid. Miss, Could I go and do some breathing? No, you've got all playtime to do it in. Extra whingy bit. Oh, go on, miss. Oh, go on. No. Us lot with the desk lids. Hold the breath. Make sure nobody's looking. Boom. No, don't slam your desk lid down. If you slammed your desk lid down, that meant out. School prison. There was a school prison underneath the school hall where they used to string us up from the wall bars. Miss, been up here for 3 weeks. And there's rats. And they're nibbling my toenails, miss. So I figured it out. If I wanted to survive, then the way to do it was to let the desk lid down very, 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 very quietly. So once more, from the beginning, we know how it goes. Miss says, no breathing. The weak ones. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. The whiny kid. Miss, could I go and do some breathing? No, you've got all playtime to do it in. Extra whingy bit. Oh, go on, miss. Go. No, the other lot with the desk lids, hold the breath. Boom, out, school prison, wall bars. Miss, I've been up here for... And they're nibbling my... knee, thumbs around the edge of the desk, hold that breath. And then really quietly, no noise at all. And that was the way to, and that's why I'm here today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, that was just so brilliant. I think that might be my favourite performance I've ever seen you do, Michael. That was absolutely amazing. Also, when you do that breath, it's like, you've got to do that breath, haven't you? If someone's doing that in front of you, you have got to take the breath. Clearly, you lot know that really well as well. Are you all big fans of that one? Yeah, you knew it already. Although I did like that when at the start of that poem, and Michael just said, I had a teacher, and someone just went, oh no. Like just at the thought of having a teacher, you were like, oh no, even before you heard how strict she was. Okay, it's time for the next award, and this is for Best Laugh Out Loud Book for 6 to 8 year olds. That's exciting, isn't it? Do you remember the brilliant books in that category? They're fantastic. But to remind you of them, we are going to get our fabulous performers back on stage. So please welcome back the Lollies live performers.
We're not yet.
Little Lies, the pudding problem.
Sam Little has a problem.
I do.
Sam Little is a liar.
Fibber?
None of what he says is true. Not a sausage.
That's rubbish.
Oh, it's not easy telling the truth. Telling the truth is like a massive elephant sitting in the middle of the road that you can't get past. You can't walk around it. You can't ride your Segway over it. You couldn't even ride your hoverboard around it. Someone really should invent a hoverboard.
Sam's biggest problem is that his lies have started to get him into trouble. They have got him into trouble with the one person you do not want to mess with. Pete, 3 strikes.
Feeny. Oh, terrifying. He's called 3 strikes Feeny because if you mess with him 3 times, then you are curtains. The Death Stare. If he looks at you like that, you're about to get clobbered.
Phew. Sam has got himself into a pickle.
I mean, a whole jar of pickles with some pickle gherkins on the side.
Sam's lies have got him in trouble with Feeny, not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Oh, it wasn't my fault. If I told the truth, I'd be in even bigger trouble.
First, Sam made Feeny throw up after eating a cheeseburger in the school canteen. Second,
I stole Feeny's foot-long super salami meat feast that he bought in for a snack. It was really tasty, though.
Where's my foot-long super salami?
No!
And now he has stolen one of Feeny's cats from his prison camp for bad cats.
I didn't steal him. I rescued him.
Oh, you stinking little fibber, you.
Meow! Luckily, my granddad's a bit of a magician.
Well now, Sam Boyle, What you've got to do is be brave. Look Feeny in the eyes. Look him in the eyes. In the eyes. And... Right. Oh, and don't forget, once you've dealt with Feeny, no more lies. You have to tell the truth.
Right. Oi, Feeny. I bet I can hypnotise you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Death Star.
Be brave, boyo, boyo, boyo.
Look into my eyes. Into my eyes. To my eye. The next thing you will eat will be an amazingly tasty cheeseburger.
Oh, oh, it's the tastiest cheeseburger ever.
Hooray!
Oh, well done, boyo. But remember, now you have to tell the truth.
All right. From now on, I will tell the truth!
Hooray!
Next up, there's a werewolf in my tent.
Ah! This book is set in the forests of Scotland.
Oh, Scotland. Top of the morning, fantastic.
That's Irish.
Oh.
This book is all about me, Izzy, and the time me and my friends went on a strange camping trip.
Ah! What happens?
Oh, this is my friend Maisie, and this is my friend Zach. Maisie is always scared.
Oh, come on, Maisie, you've got nothing to worry about.
We all went camping on a school trip.
Pure class!
But we didn't realize that this trip would turn us into
Werewolf hunters!
What?
Oh, come on, Maisie!
Who's the werewolf?
We noticed something strange about our new
PE teacher.
Miss Moon.
Why are you screaming now?
I don't know.
Oh,
We knew Miss Moon was a werewolf because of all the
evidence.
She had huge nails like a wolf's claw.
And she had really hairy legs.
Oh, stay focused, Maisie. Oh,
And she was obsessed with eating meat.
oh, she's definitely a werewolf.
At night, we couldn't sleep because we heard strange noises outside our tent. We tried to video the werewolf on Maisie's phone, but Maisie got too scared.
Oh, then we found out that werewolves could turn anybody else into a werewolf by scratching them.
Oh, look at the long hairs on my arms. I'm turning into a werewolf.
Oh, no, you're not, Maisie. You're fine.
At our barbecue, Miss Moon ate 4 burgers to herself.
Oh, she's definitely a werewolf.
Don't scream. Don't faint. It was at this point we realized that we needed to become
Werewolf hunters!
Yay! But all that happened is that we got lost in the woods. Ow, Maisie, you're squeezing my arm.
We were so scared in the dark, totally lost in the woods. And there was a
Werewolf!
hunting us.
We didn't know what to do. Just when we thought that everything was lost, we realized nothing was as it seemed. Phew. You'll have to read the book to find out why.
Hey, Maisie.
What?
Right. For the next 2 books in this category, we cross live to Scholastic News and our reporter in the field, Miss Regina Stinky Pants.
Thank you, Ash. I am here with the 2 title characters of our final 2 books. First, someone who has had a scary experience with the government. And you are?
I is pig.
And your book?
The Big Fat Totally Bonkers Diary of Pig.
Oh, catchy title. So the book is all about you.
It is about me. I's pig. I lives with Mr. and Mrs. Sandal on their farm with my friends Duck, Cow, the sheeps, and a turkey called Kiki. We play lots of games like Name the Fur. That's where you can do a fart, and it can sound like anything. A tractor, a spaceship, a submarine.
Fascinating. And what else happens on the farm?
Well, I's having a funny dream that the evil chickens come back to the farm. But I's forgetting all about that when I wakes, because I thinks I'd accidentally eaten my friend Kiki.
a nice fight and I might eat all my friends. But turns out the evil chickens is back and they set me up.
Shocking. Who knew chickens could be so evil?
Yes, they is super evil chickens.
So, what did you do?
Well, I was forced to undergo a mission and become a brave action pig.
A mission? You must have had to have your wits about you.
I don't know what wits is. I don't think I have any to keep about me.
Oh, right. So, is it a happy ending?
Yeah, but I'm not telling you what happens. You will have to read the book. But it does involve one of the greatest farts ever. Like no fart I've ever done before.
Wow, that's disgusting. Have you done one now?
Yeah. I've done one of my silent ninja farts.
I think I'm going to throw up.
I is well good at farts.
Next up, we have a young man who has had the terrifying experience of his little brother weeing all over his favorite toy. And your name is?
Barry, Larry, Gary, Loser.
Right. And your book?
Barry Loser and the Birthday Billions. And it's totally and completely Keel.
Keel?
Yeah, Keel is loser talk for cool.
Ah, right. What happens in your book?
Am I going to be on TV? Of course I am. No surprise, really. Of course you want to interview a child genius like me.
Oh, Barry, you are totally amazed, Kills. You're a child genius. Tempe, yes.
Told you.
Did you pay her to say that?
What? No?
So, your book?
Oh, yeah. Well, my little brother, Desmond Loser, he weed all over my brand new computer game, the Snotonator 9000, and broke it. So I had the amazing Keel's idea to invent something new. That'd make me a billionaire, and then I could just buy a new Snozonator.
That is such a good idea, Barry. Well, Tempe, yes.
Very clever. What was your idea?
Well, my mum got me this book called How to Be a Child Genius Like the Wolf Tizzler. He's like this super clever kid. So I read that book and I had loads of brilliant Keel ideas, like the Slug Zapper 5000, the Lamppost Nappy, and the best idea ever, the Parent Shutter-Upperer.
Ooh, what's that?
Well, my parents always ask me boring questions about school. Do your parents ask you boring questions about school? Yeah, it's actually the most boring thing ever. So I invented something that would answer their questions so I don't have to.
Oh, Barry, you are the cleverest. No one's more clever than you. Tempe, yes.
Who is that?
Oh, that's my friend Sharonella. She's pretty Keel.
Oh, so did you make your billions of pounds just like the Wolf Tizzler?
Nah, I found out that the Wolf Tizzler doesn't like having friends, and I do. So I decided to be a child genius who looks out for his mates. Hey,